Okay, so you are welcome to today's class. So people, yeah, you are welcome to this class. Today is day 8 of out of 18 into our digital marketing foundation class. From the beginning of this class, our focus was on how to use the internet to be able to market our product, service, or whatever we want to our target audience. So we have covered so many topics so far. I can't recollect all of them now. But all I can say is that today is day 8, and the topic for today is how to optimize your website for search engine. And what is search engine? It's a website where you go to and actually conduct a search. Now, Google happens to be the #1 of those search engines. There's hardly anyone here that have not used Google before. So we only focus on how to optimize your website for Google. If you can do it for Google, you can do it for Bing, you can do it for any other search engine you might come across. The same principles apply because all of them are into the business of search. So it's a business for them, and they have a way to maintain they make their money from their users. And the users are people like you and I. So they have to use the best judgment to refer customers, to refer their user, to refer business to their users, meaning that they cannot be partial. It has to be done by best judgment. So now to match, so they have to be fair. Otherwise, they're going to lose the users. And when they lose the users, they're going to lose business. So I just want to understand that Google is a business like yours. I remember when Google started for the first 4 years when they started their Google. People don't know about Google. They were going about marketing Google. People thought they were children websites. People don't know what Google was all about. They got so frustrated. They even want to sell Google to Yahoo for $1 million. I think a year. Yahoo refused to buy it. Was advised until they had a breakthrough. And today, people will talk about Google. They are the #1 website in the world. And they equally the one that who is that? They own YouTube, the #3 website, and a whole lot of other online property that they control. So that is the story. So now, because people already know Google, when you're looking for anything on the internet, you go and search Google. You go and search Google. So that's why we want to put this. We want to focus on Google. Now, this course is about marketing. It's not about website. Website is part of the marketing equation when you are marketing online. You can market online, sell your thing even without having a website. But it's assumed that the website is what you actually own yourself. It's your own property. It's not like marketing on Facebook that is owned by Facebook. You put whatever you like on your own website. So anything you do through somebody else's website. So your own website is supposed to be is actually the center of activity where everything revolves about your website, about your own business. So it is good that you have your own website. Anyhow you got it, is your own website. Now, imagine you have a website of your own, and somebody going to Google, and they want to find a business, and your business is going to be associated with a website. So that is the whole idea about today's topic, optimizing a website for Google search. Because the thing is that people believe that when they have a website, people begin to come to that website. I remember I created a website to a customer. This customer was expected to go and be telling people to go to the website. I said, telling my friends are too little compared to the number of people on the internet. You have to do website marketing. That is where the search engine optimization comes in. Now, okay, cool. Now, I want to break it down. I've sent some notes to you guys on Google WhatsApp group because I have some technical issue with my e-learning portal provider, As a matter of fact, I'm switching the e-learning portal to a different platform. So that's why I decided to share the note with you on Google, on WhatsApp group, so that I created. So hoping that you will have read some of the things I'm going to say today. So discuss about them. Now we're going straight to the agenda of today. So before, for the interest of those that were not here last week, I just have to make a recap of what we covered last week. Last week we talked about online reputation management. Why it's important to maintain an online reputation? Because no matter how much you are trying to get your name out there, if your reputation is bad, nobody's going to buy from you, no matter how good your product is as a person. If you have a bad reputation, nobody's going to buy from you. I use an example that if you want to rent a house in the United States and some other countries, no matter how much amount of money you have, if you have a bad credit, they will not rent. They won't rent a house to you because of your bad credit. And even if they try to rent for you, you're going to pay higher. You have to pay higher deposit, higher this, and the risk is too much to do business with you. So the same way it is when when somebody have a bad reputation online, no matter the kind of product, how good your product is, if your reputation is bad, people are going to be very skeptical before they can buy from you. So instead of wasting your effort trying to market to people when you know you have a bad reputation, so it is important that you have to fix your reputation first. Just like you have to fix your credit before you can think about going to buy a house or rent an apartment or anything or buy a car. Fix your credit. The same way we recommend that you fix your reputation online before you can do that. So your reputation can be affected in several ways. For example, somebody can write a bad blog post about you. They can write some articles about you. And when they write about you some bloggers, they just pick on you. Maybe you did something really they don't like or whatever, something that is bad. They wrote about you. And because people go to that website, because their website is optimized for search engine, whenever anybody search something related to you or your name will just come out. Bad thing. And when somebody sees that, nobody wants to have anything to do with you again. They'll just be very careful because it's a bad signal. Now, the same thing, somebody should write a negative review about you on Google. And if every business now is listed on Google, look at the Google business profile that we're creating. Now somebody go to Google business profile and they wrote 1 star, give you a negative review, bad something about you. When somebody get there, say, okay, you have about 600 reviews. Out of the 600, 200 of them are negative. You be very careful. Even 10 of them are negative. We want to read what is that. How can people be saying that? Everybody will just be avoiding you. So you see that your marketing effort is going to result into it's going to be fruitless. So there's no need for you to go and say you want to market again. In this case, you have to go back and fix your reputation. So it's part of the foundation that of building a business. You have to build that reputation. That's what was very important. Then last week we had some practical demonstration on how to set up Google Business Profile. I'm really impressed with the kind of feedback I get from people. People are picking interest in that, and we're still going to continue in that way. I gave you some example of some exercises, practical exercises that we're going to do. So we're still going to continue with that today. Then how to optimize your Google Business Profile. We were talking about Google Business Profile. That's your being listed on Google website. That is a Google Business Lister. That's what we did. And this week we're going to talk about how to optimize your own website. So you should know the difference between your website and Google Business Profile. So that actually, because people are going to find you on Google. But let me tell you, let me explain to you. When Google first started, when you go and find something on Google, the information you are finding on Google is not resident on Google. Google only stores links of information. The links, the upper links to those information. When they go to Google search for you, Google will take them from his website and take you to their website. Google is like a traffic control. Just tell you, okay, you are looking for a web designer in Dallas. Oh yeah, cool. Francis can do it. You refer them to me. Just referring people. That was what Google was doing originally. It was aggregating content. It was not. People are not. The information were not on Google website. But this time around, Google said upgrade, step up. Okay, let me put those listings even on my own website. That's where the idea of Google Business Profile coming. Then instead of Google taking you away from his website, let's Google keep you right inside his website. Then and again, you can monitor the activity that happen within his website. It's much easier than when monitoring what happened external to his website. That way, you can improve the quality of the information you're going to get. And people discover, okay, most of the information that you put on your website are the same information you can actually put on your Google Business Profile. And what really matters to people, users, is they're looking for information. They don't care the form, the manner with which the information were presented, whether they were on the website, whether they were business profile, anyhow, they just want the information and useful information that could be used for them. So that is the whole idea. So that's how Google came out that thing. Now you're going to be publishing content on your website. The same way Google expect to publish content, post on your business profile. That's to link what you're doing today. Then how to do customer reviews. Customer reviews take care like say customer testimonial that you put on your website. So those reviews can be put on your website. But the truth is about when you put customer reviews on a Google Business Profile and customer testimonial review on your own website, you want to which one will customer trust more? A user will trust any review on a third-party website than the one on your own website. Because the one on your own website, you can doctor it. A bit of your website, they'll just put some nice thing. You can write anything you like about yourself, but that doesn't really matter. Nobody will take that one serious. But what matters to me is what people say about you, not what you say about yourself. So the review on Google website is more important than the testimonial you put on your website. So what I want to advise people to do is that provide a link from Google or Yelp or any third-party review website and put the link on your website. So when somebody get to that link, you say, oh, this guy, you actually trust yourself. So you provide a third-party review because you don't have control of what somebody type on Yahoo or Yelp or Google. But because you trust yourself that you are so good, then you provide the link. They can go and verify. Go and verify. I know you understand. You get that. So you can verify. I know that's actually what this is all about. So that is the whole idea about what we did last week, and I'm trying to relate to what we do today. Yeah, without much ado, without wasting much of our time, so let's go straight to today's business. So today's business, we're going to talk about today's class. We're going to talk about how to optimize your website for Google search. What it means that every business must have a website. Now, whether you build it, whether it's professionally built or anyhow, you have a website. The difficult part of a website is just a domain name, a custom domain name, which is like $12, less than $20 a whole year that you pay. But if you cannot have a domain name, you can actually have a subdomain, like your business name dot something else, maybe like your business name .business.site. That is the free domain that Google provides for everybody. So you can have your own subdomain, which is okay if you cannot afford anything. And Google will give you a free website that, these are the websites, you can put everything, probably put on your business card, somebody go there, that's your website. So there are many ways with which you can have a website. Many ways you can have a website, many ways. So you have no excuse not to have a website. As long as you have a business, then you can have a website. Whether you have money or you don't have money, you have idea of business, you can have a website. So when you have that website, now, any kind of website, now the next question is that how do you make this website optimize it for Google search? What does it mean when say optimize for Google search? It can literally mean how do you be on number one on Google? Because when somebody go and search on Google, they are likely going to stay on going to page 1 or page 2. Most of the time, 90% of the time is page 1. Whatever they find on the page 1 of Google search, that is what they are going to choose, go with, they are going to click. And then from there, they begin to browse and going to learn more about those things. And you that created a website, you are making your value proposition. These are what I can do. These are what I can do. You are telling people to come and buy from you, to come and patronize you. So your website is like your flyers online, your announcement, whatever you express yourself, your value proposition online. So when somebody visits your website, it's a joy because that visitor is going to translate to become a customer. That is somebody you never know before. You just go on Google, from Google you type something, and from whatever it types, the keyword that it types, that convey the intent of his heart, will land them on the page, on the first page, and from that page, it takes them to a website, and that with their website happen to be your own website, and what the person is looking for happen to be on that website at the price and the condition you want. That is a business for you, and you have succeeded in marketing your business. That is what internet marketing is all about, using the search engine, which is what we're talking now. Now, that is the whole idea. So what are the components of a website that affect your SEO ranking? So that's what we're going to discuss now on this on today's topic. Then technically there are 3 parts to a website. So we have the first one, which is called the on page. The second part is called the off page. On page means things that you have to do right on your website, on the pages of your website. That is on page. The activity, things that you need to tweak on your website. Let me just make it clear first. When you design a website, it's different from optimizing the website for search engine. I just want to understand that very, very, very clearly. A web designer is different from completely from an SEO specialist. We call them SEO specialists, people that are specialized in optimizing a website for a search engine are called SEO specialists, which is different from a web designer. Most web designers do not know about SEO. They don't even have an interest in SEO. They don't have an interest in SEO because they just it's a different mindset. The way a web designer thinks is different from the way an SEO specialist thinks, because an SEO is a marketer. A web designer feels like a technical person, like they are like an engineer. So they just like to deal with the technical stuff. They don't want to deal with they just like, we call it soft things. The web design is like a hard thing. They like to code. They like to do all this kind of coding, look at nice graphic, looking fine. That's their job. But an SEO specialist is not like that. An SEO specialist is they have a different mindset. So they are marketers. They are out with a goal. They know how to tweak. They know technology. They know marketing. So they are in between. Connect the in between. So now, when you give an SEO person, they know what the customer is looking for. They know the intent of the heart of the customer, what they are searching for. So they know how to craft their copy. They know things they have to do on the page and off the page. That's actually what I was trying to explain in that place. So what are I'm going to go there. Just to then I'm going to tell you the component. What are the components of a website that affect SEO? Then what is on-page SEO? What is off-page SEO? Then I'll give some practical exercises that we're going to do. So if you have time to do them today, fine. If you want to take it home as an assignment, fine. If I have to make a video and send it to you and guide you step by step, anyhow, we have to make sure that we know how to do that. They are not difficult, but they are just very essential that we have to do it. So by the time you do, you learn by practice. Even if you don't have an understanding of what we are trying to talking about it on this one, by the time you do the exercise, you now be the understanding of your eyes, your brain will be open to those brain your understanding will open up anyway. So the next class will be on social media marketing. So which is another part, the other side to marketing, which is internet. We have the search, we have the social. So next class, so let me go straight to the next point, so I don't go off. I don't get off point. Okay, let me. I think I didn't really write much. Let me go to the articles I sent to you on WhatsApp, so that maybe that way we. Okay, don't worry, maybe. Okay. So, what are you seeing my screen? So, can you see my screen? Please, can somebody unmute and tell me sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, one message is, okay, when you talk about the component of a website that affect SEO, so I make it, there are three things. The website SEO is done by a number of components. The most important one is the content, which should be optimized for keywords. That is the number one, the content. Then the number two is the layout and design of the site are also important as they determine how users interact with the site. Finally, there are various technical aspects that affect SEO, such as load time, indirect, and code optimization. I want to read these things so that we can. I know you have read them, so that I can discuss them. I don't want to discuss and say something else. But in summary, we can summarize things that affect the ranking of a website on Google into three parts. The first part is called the technical SEO, the technical SEO. I'm going to provide on that details to relate to that. Then the second part is the on-page SEO. We summarize things that you do on the page, that happens on the page of a website, or anything you do as an SEO specialist that can increase the ranking of your website on Google as on page. Then the third part is off page, things that happen outside your website that actually affect your ranking on Google. That is off page SEO. So it's a three-part: technical SEO, on-page SEO, then off-page SEO. So I'm going to take time to actually explain the details, those ones in details, so that as a business owner, you understand this thing. As a future SEO specialist, then you have a solid foundation when you are studying for an SEO specialist exam or certification to become an SEO specialist. Because a company can hire you to just be an SEO specialist. They already have their website. When they have a website, they just want their website to only be number one. Company like insurance company, they don't joke with SEO. Because people go online and search for insurance. Car dealership, they don't joke with SEO. Restaurants and caterers, they don't joke with SEO. Because people go online every time and search for who's that? People go online every time.
People were called billionaires. Today, nobody.
People go online. People go online and actually search for businesses, for like insurance, like caterer, like restaurant, like web designer, any kind of, like, people want to loan officer, people want to buy houses. They do research. So people use search Google for so many things. And because the searches, the keywords are changing every day. So new systems are coming up. You have to stay on top of it. So it's not something that you do now and you forget. You don't do it and forget it. You have to stay on top of it. So when you are into SEO specialist, you might not even have time for other type of marketing. Just focus on that SEO. That's what you do. So it's a serious business. People is a serious business because they know one sale, they know what it can translate to. So that's why we do that. So there are processes things that you have to go through. That's actually what I want to say. So the first one I explain here is that the most important one is the content, which should be optimized for keyword. You see why content is important? People that are looking for you are looking for information, and those information are usually packaged in form of content. So the way they package the form of, you are the content creator, you create a content, then you know that somebody is looking. So you know that, so the way you write the content or package the content, you have to punch it with some particular keyword, because people are going to Google and search based on a keyword. The keyword they search for determine the intent of their heart. Somebody that is want to buy, that is looking for, they want to cook. You want to buy groceries so that you can go and cook. So the kind of, they are still talking about African food. But somebody that want to go to, we are talking about African food, for example. You want to develop content about African food. But there are different audiences. Some people, they just want to buy some African food and go and cook at home. So that's why they go online and search for how to make ogbono soup. So that kind of customer, they are not going to go to a restaurant. They are looking for how to make ogbono soup. That is the kind of content they are looking for. So that their intent from how to make ogbono soup, you know, is that they are not looking for a caterer. They just want to buy and make. So the people that they are looking for is probably a grocery store that can tell them, that can show them the ogbono soup or so, where they can buy the ingredients and prepare the soup by themselves. Then how to eat best restaurant around. So you know that one is hungry, so he's looking for a restaurant. So the keywords really matter when you are writing your content and as a business. So that's why the keyword is matter here. So when you talk about keyword, you don't just come about with the keyword. It's not something that just you come up from your head, because you are not the one using the keyword. The keyword are used by users. So you don't know what is in somebody's mind. If I want to, let's say I want to buy a car, in my mind, I want to buy another car. The kind of keyword I will use, I'm the one that know it. So I'm going to put it on Google. Google going to use those keywords. If the keyword is relevant to what I have on the content of my website, Google will refer those customers to me. Let's say, where can I buy credit? Where can I buy a car from dealers with low credit? Maybe I have a bad credit. Then I want to buy a car. Then that is my station. I'm not like, so I want to buy a car, but when I want to buy a car with zero down payment, where do I buy a house? I want to move into a part with zero down payment. So that is what I'm looking for. That's my station, my problem. I want to move into a house because I said earlier, marketing is meeting somebody's need. The search engine marketing is when the person that you want to market to is the one looking for you. So when they are looking for you, they are looking for a business like a real estate agent that can help them, a realtor that can help them to buy a house without any down payment. So if you are a real estate, and when you now know, people are actually looking for that. Now, where do you know? How do you know? You can know. So even if some people are searching for that, are the numbers enough to justify you developing content or even optimize your website for such a search? So you need to know those things in the first place. So where do you go? I recommend 2 places where you go to go and find about the keyword when you are conducting a keyword research. And so you have to conduct a keyword research. That is what I put here in the first place. Please bear with me. Let me store this thing. So next time it should be better presented than this. Now, I said the keyword research is the process of finding out what search queries are being used in a specific niche. In a niche, meaning real estate, catering, web design, any kind of business you do. This is important because it helps you understand the type of content that your audience is looking for, which can be used to create content that will rank well in search engine result pages. Because when people search, it is the content that rank well, the content on your page, the article you have on your website. This research helps you find keywords related to your business and industry. This can help you to develop a strategy for developing content and optimizing your website for better ranking on search engines. When conducting research, it is important to take some time to analyze the data and find patterns in the keywords that are being searched. You should also use tools like Google Trends or Google Keyword Planner to help interpret this data. So now I'm going to open you to I believe you have done that before. I'm going to open you to Google Trend and just see an example of what I'm looking for. So this website is called Google Trend. Google Trend will tell you how people are searching for things. This is a Google Trend. Can you all see my screen now? Because at times when I switch a page, you don't see it there. Can somebody type one in search, find my job, just tell me you see it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you can move your table. So now explain what the word is searching. So you want to, before you start looking, before you want to create a content for your website, because the goal is how to optimize your website. I mean, the objective is how to optimize your website for a search. And then one of the way is through the content, because there are 3 ways that you can optimize your website for a Google search. And one of these ways is through content that you put on your website. That is content. Now, you want to know what people are searching for first before you create content. You don't just create content just from your mind, just what you feel like creating. No, you have to create content to serve the need of the people, what people are already searching for. So let's say I have a business of task preparation. And look, okay, maybe I look at this thing. It's for all over the world, not limited to, let me see, it's all over the world. By a word, you have to show you the last. Okay, let me just do a task. Let's say I'm searching for task. Let me use a task preparation. I'm going to use a different thing. Topic, task preparation in United States. Okay, so it bring the country. You see the country now, United States. We can go to, you can block. If you are looking for Nigeria, you can say Nigeria. This is Nigeria. You put Nigeria, for example, here. It will tell you how many people are searching for task preparation in Nigeria. Okay, now somebody is gone. Oh. Okay, so now we have this, but let me just put it in the United States that we are searching for. This is the United States. Okay, now I don't have to put. I'll just limit to task preparation, not this is the keyword. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm searching for. Okay. So you see the trend now. All categories. Oh, these are United States for the past 12 months. You see, we are entering August 2021. From August 2021 to this, you see the search volume. When you hit from August 2021, this August, this is slow. People are slow. By the time you get here, by January 1st, the searches volume is going up. By January 30, that was the peak. People are searching volume. You see now the tip go down. When you reach 10, it's dropping, going down. Now July, so the searches has gone down. So people are no longer searching for task preparation anymore because the season is over. So now it's actually that is your African let's start for real estate. I'm just using a random search. I didn't conduct anything, but I don't think so. There's a real estate. Maybe somebody is looking for real estate broker. Okay, let's see on the top of real estate. The real estate is being searched. There's almost every time. There's always a demand for it. You see always up top. It's not seasonal. So these are the peak. When you put like 100 now, August last year, the topic was up. So let me type African clothing. African clothes. You can put anything and search. So whatever your business you are doing, you just take it there and search. You see, there's a demand. I don't know why. Look at demand, it's very high in February 20 to 26. What is happening around this time? Okay.
So I'm here, sir.
So what is happening around that time? If you're in that business, why is it South
It's
Africa?
when people just got their tax money and they are getting ready for summer. People are going off winter into summer.
Is that not the African American time? The African American time. That's what's called that program, that season, that holiday.
Yeah, not just that, but a lot of people are getting ready for summer, and in summer they wear casuals and African clothing, anything.
Well, it calls for research anyway. Somebody can go and search it. But let's look at Nigeria. So let's search how the trend goes in Nigeria. You see, the trend will go. So I put Nigeria there. See the way they search. See the search in the way the graph. This is the way the graph is. Engineers and accountants, they can interpret all this graph now. You know, so you can look at this graph. Why, you know, you begin to wonder when you are doing your, why is the research is going? Anybody from Nigeria there? What do you sell? Okay, let me put real estate. I don't know what other thing I can search. Just as an example that. Okay, somebody start going. Nutrition. Okay, I know somebody said nutrition. Okay, so just okay. So I mean, like earning. Okay, let's say auto insurance. So the idea I'm just trying to say that. So this is just for shit in Nigeria. It's just up and down. But let's look at United States. See, you see, insurance is always on top. There's no time that the searches go down. This is from 100 on the top. The least you can find is probably 75. There's always a demand online for insurance company. So if you're an SEO specialist now and you just go and meet any insurance company, I can be finding a customer online. Now look at these are the states where the demand for insurance online: Michigan, Louisiana, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. These are the top states where the demand for them are high. So if you are selling online, these are the keywords they are using. Michigan auto insurance refund. Why this auto insurance comprising tools? These are the keywords people are using in those things. Let me look for the African clothing now and then go back so that we look at it in later times, so that it can give you an insight into all the African clothing. Okay, this was the thing we're looking for. So by the time I take this one, I search it up. You can tell me states where the search here. See, the searches are called. Okay, the searches are from Georgia. Looking for African clothing now. You see, there are more demand from Georgia. Where because there are more black there. From a DC. Was it from a district? Was it okay? Oh. Okay, it's taking me. I don't want to go. We want to take it to state. So I come over here. You see, African. These are the related query. Which site is? So these are the states where they come. They search for in DC, Maryland, all this area. Anyway, you get the idea. So it's not to just to tell you can come over here and play with it, and I'm going to provide you more materials on that. So when the other two you can use, so it gives you an idea where and you can get some insight where when you are doing your research. Then the other one is the keywords, keyword planner. So it tell you more by Google. So now this is a link. Add your Google plan, keyword planner. You come over here. It gives you an idea. Okay, you see now you can discover new keywords, get ideas that can help you reach people interested in your product or service. That is what the marketing is all about. You want to reach people that will be interested in your product or service. That is marketing. You want to get search volume and forecast. Get search volume and other historical metrics plus forecast for how they could perform. So this is we're going to try the two, but let's start with the search volume. because so that you don't waste your effort. If you are tagging the wrong keywords, it's like you are firing, you are not, you can be targeting the wrong keyword. So it's not what is it? Okay, so sorry, it's all right. I don't have any address. So let me use something like I use task preparation. You can put anything there. And then this is what comes. So get started. It's going to give an idea. So task preparation, it tells you the average monthly search in between 10,000 to 100,000 per month. 3 month change, 0%. Your change competition is low, maybe because of the season anyway. But let me use another keyword that not seasonal.
Can we use clothes in general, sir? Not even African clothing?
But that one, yeah, that's true. But it's true, but you have to narrow it down to that would be too broad. Because when you use that, every clothing is too broad. It's just too broad. There's no way you can click on that one here. What if you say clothing generally? Well, you can narrow that clothing. Or it's every the time too. Well, anyway, let me just pick one just to, okay, let's see. Okay, let me see clothing, comma, African clothing, children clothing. Okay, women's clothing. Okay, so you can put as many as you want there. Okay. So you see the search volume now. You see the African clothing is about 10,000 to 100,000 average monthly search. Though the children clothing have no data. The clothing generally is about 100K to 1 million searches per month. Women's clothing is about 100K to 1 million clothing per month. So there's a more demand, the high demand for women clothing and all that. So that's actually the whole idea.
So the keyword women clothing is one to be noted in a situation like this.
Yes. But look at here now, if you look at the writer, if you look at, everything with technology is about cost. It has to be cost effective. So if you are bidding for it, look at the value. If you target African clothing between 10K to 100K, the price is about 48 cents. For women's clothing, is about $1.19. So let's say 1 million people are going to search and then you are going to newspaper click. That means you budget like over $1 million for all of them to go to your website. So it's really, are you sure you're going to have all the money? Even if you do, can you fulfill all the order they buy? It's going to be realistic. So if you are within the African, even out of these 10,000, even just 1,000 of them visit your website, and you can make just 3% of them, which is like 30 of them buy from you on a daily basis. That's a big success for you. And you're just spending maybe like $50 or so, or $500 for those or whatever for your ad. So those are things you look. So by the time we get practical into them, you understand all these things. But that's actually the idea I just want to introduce to you. Now, we have covered the first part. that content is the key, is the number one reason that you have to use when you're optimizing your business, your website for search engine. Content is the key. Content is the number one thing. Then the number two is the layout and design of the site are also important as they determine how users interact with your website. So if a website looks beautiful, like Flow Flourish website, for example, let me put this one, like this website now, Flow Flourish. Oh, Flow Flourish, you go to this. Okay, look, you see, it looks beautiful. You allow, this is the website. So when somebody comes here, they see so the chances that somebody will run away. They want to stay longer here than a site that is not beautiful, that is not attractive. People are going to run away. So when they call it the bounce rate. So Google will be tracking that somebody visits this website, because every link that leaves Google website go to another website, Google follows them to track what they are doing on that website. So if they get there and they bounce back, Google will think that for you to get to this website and the customer come back immediately, that the website is not good. Second person do the same thing, then your ranking will be going low, will be ranking you low. So next time, maybe you're going to be on the bottom, or even if you have the best of the content. Even if you have the best of the content, but because people are going and bounce back, what is wrong? Google will be wondering. They want to take you back. So that is the second factor, that your website, the design and the layout of your website is a lot of factor to determine that. Because Google will not want to waste its users' time to a website that is boring, that is maybe is offensive. It might even be the way you use your color, the images that you use, or the way you write some things is very offensive to a lot of people. It might be, it's not because the website is not about you. For example, maybe you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you want to profess your religion on your website, and the person moving there is having a different faith. When they get there, you this you just put your own term. You just say this one is not serious. They just move away. That's it. So if you don't, I'm just using an example of why people can get your website and they bounce back or they don't like it. So that is the second reason. We put more details in the source code writing. All this. So the layouts are also important to determine how users interact with your website. Then finally, there are various technical aspects that affect your website, such as load time, redirect, and code organizations. All those ones are treated as a separate heading, because that's what I said: the on page, the off page, and then the technical SEO. So these are treated as separate pages down as we go. So how your website load, like for example, when you go to your website now, like I go to this. If the website does not load quickly, maybe it's taking time. Okay, look at this thing now. You have on 404 Pro. This is a problem now. 404 the page cannot be found. So this is like a penalty now to Google. Somebody gets your website, they are looking for information, but the information cannot be found. So you have to talk to your web designer, your webmaster, what happened for them to quickly fix that problem. Otherwise, Google will penalize you in your ranking. So that's the thing. Then number two, I spoke about the content. Okay, we spoke about content. Then we spoke about the thinker aspect. Then I spoke about the next how to conduct searches. Okay, we spoke about to conduct searches. How does the layout affect this? Okay, I know you read it. What is Tenkai? So how does it affect you? What is the website loading speed? What's website loading speed? What's the loading time? You know, when they go to a website, I use the word loading speed. For a website to load, I don't know if the information you are viewing on your device, either on your phone or your computer, wherever you are used to, it's actually rested on that computer, which we call a server somewhere. That is where the information is coming from. Because when you develop a website, all the files, the information, the images, you put it like a hosting account. You have a web host, or if it's a hosted service, you put this website somewhere. So the server, you make a request from your phone, from your device that you're used to access, to go and give me the information on the server that is somewhere you don't know. Then you now display it on the site. The time it takes to load, for the content to load, is called the loading time. How fast it is to load is called the loading speed. If the speed is too low, it's going to be a problem. If the time is too long, it's going to be a problem. So what does it mean that what affects the loading speed? It is the server that you load your website and the kind of images that the way they put that affect those things. If your website does not load fast or does not load fast enough or is very slow, then Google is going to refer a competitive website that load fast as better than yours. So that means when you are looking for a hosting company, you must take into consideration that that this website will load fast, and then the speed will load fast and on time. That's actually the whole idea and try to communicate here. So when you read that and when you're experiencing that with your website, you will know what it means. These are topics. So that's that. Then we have what does a mobile response? It has to be mobile responsive too. For example, when you view a website on a mobile device, it's different from when you are. For example, let's say this is for like I'm adjusting my screen now. I'm going to adjust my screen. I'm adjusting my screen. Adjusting my screen. So you see the way I'm adjusting my screen. So these are what they call by. So so the content, when you display it on Google, when the web designer creates a website, they create one website, not two. In the past, it used to be multiple websites. They have to create like a mobile site, now create the website, but now you can create the same website that will automatically adjust itself to the size of your device. Whether you are saying the same website from an iPad, you are saying from your iPhone or from a phone, or you are saying from a computer or from a TV screen, large screen TV screen, or even from your car, from information appliance of your car, some other devices, then the website is supposed to adjust itself to the size of those screens and display well. That's what we call responsiveness. Responsiveness. So if a website is not responsive, that's a problem. Who's this person? If the website is not responsive, that's a problem. So that's actually the website. That's one. So Google take those into consideration. Google track all those things, track them, and take into consideration when they are making judgment on the kind of website they should put on number 1 or number 2. Then you need to put something like you have to put like a site map. A site map is a graphical representation of this. That a site map. Then you can read this. You see there are a lot of site examples. I'll show you on the website if you have the time. Okay, now what are the most important factors for Google search? Okay, then I have to put on this. I put this one there. We have quality content and relevance to search query. If your content this is just a summary of what we discussed, what I'm discussing earlier. If somebody is searching, because I told you everything is the fundamental concept. The principle we are talking here is somebody has a problem, and you are the solution to that. You have a solution to that problem. So this person expresses his problem in form of a search query, and then you put your solution in form of a content and put on your website. And you now put this your website, but this person does not know you. He go through a third party who is called Google to go find a business like you. He will go with his problem and type it as a search query on Google. Google will look at the content, the quality of your content and relevance to the problem of the users to determine, to match you together, to match you with the person has a problem and you that have a solution. So I'm considering other competitors that is doing the same thing as yours. So that is actually that is why that quality content is a very important criteria that Google use. So now what we are teaching now is for you as a business, when you are creating your website, you must be aware that you have to create quality content that is relevant to the search query that your prospective customers are like to search for on Google. And this comes to the question that if you know your customer, you will know the kind of content, you will know the kind of keyword query, the way they're going to search online. I was speaking with someone recently, a caterer, a restaurant. Okay, what are the kind of people that you are targeting your business? Oh, I'm targeting college students, people that are of African parents, that they were born in America, they were of it's selling an African restaurant. They're okay, and our target audience are students, maybe people American. They call them Nigerian Americans. They are Nigerian American because their parents are Nigerians, and they were born in America. They've never been to many of them have never been to Nigeria. But then when they were growing up, they eat African food with their parents at home. And now they are now adults, over past 18, they are now in college, in the university. And they cannot cook those things, and they need to buy them. So if those are your target that you are targeting, are your customer, you now imagine what are they likely to type on Google if they are looking for African food like you sell? Where would they type? So that is where and what kind of things that you have to write that will interest them. That is where your search query, that's where your content strategy will come up. So you now, when you are formulating your content strategy, you have in mind, these are your target. This is what they are like to type. Then you now begin to put them, you create your content, your keyword list, and you begin to develop content, put on your website. Content that helpful content that will going to provide solution for them. That is actually the whole idea. So now the second point is backlinks or inbound link from other websites. This is very important. It's called it's a kind of endorsement. It's an endorsement. Let's say you write a book today. That's why we use that kind of strategy. So people they are author, they are new author, and they have their mentor. Maybe they are in the literary field. Maybe somebody just coming up. And now say, okay, we wrote a book. So this is somebody that I never known before. Now, you now go approach people like Wole Soyinka to write the foreword of the book. You say, that book is written, the foreword is written by Wole Soyinka alone. People want to buy it because of the endorsement. It's a kind of endorsement. People want to buy that book because of that thing. So the same thing with the content. You create a website, and now there's a content about you on top ranking website in the same niche like yours. Maybe you are into media, and then CNN puts your link on their website. Now you are blown like that. I must tell you, get it known to you. Sahara Reporters, it became one of the top websites in Nigeria and Africa by ranking. Why? Because there was a time in the history when one Nigerian tried to blow up when one Nigerian tried to blow up a plane, Mutalau. I know you all remember those times. You want to blow up a plane, so they caught him at the airport. So when it was really a serious problem, they want to find out more information about this guy. Nobody. The Sahara Reporter came out. It's the first website that came out and published the photos about this guy, that was his stories and information about this guy that was to blow up a plane. It was in worldwide news. So when they got the news, BBC, they don't have that news, CNN don't have that news, but because it was Sahara Reporter, and because they want to follow the best practice, they have to reference Sahara Reporter. So BBC now put a link about Sahara Reporter. They find this thing, reference, source Sahara Reporter. CNN, source Sahara Reporter. All the major news outlets in the world, they reference Sahara Reporter. That was how the breakthrough came for Sahara Reporter. So at that moment, Google knew that, well, Sahara Reporter is a big deal. Then the ranking, boom, jump up like that. I just use it as an example. That is the power of backlink. Power of backlinks for this, because it's the first way to find that, and people begin to reference. Because if they don't reference them, it can sue them. That you have to make a reference. There's a standard when you find something, you reference the source. So the link, you have to link back to Sahara Reporter for BBC, CNN link back to Sahara for BBC, and all that kind of thing. That is how the business jump up. And now the ranking and the valuation of Sahara Reporters has grown up since then. So that is the way it works. That's the power of a backlink, and that comes to the backlink that comes to your website. Then also, we also have link within your website. The link that you link, you provide link within your website, not just outside link, within your website. All those links, they really matter. They affect the ranking of a website. Then the other one that affects the ranking is domain age. Domain age is known to determine how long you have been online. You can know the age of a domain name. Let's say there's a particular, let me take you to a particular one. If you want to know the age of a domain name, you go to a particular website. Now, let's say whois.com. There's a website. Now, let me use Sahara Reporters, for example. Okay, you go here, Sahara Reporters.com. Boom. So you come over here, you say it's not available for registration, then click who is. It will tell you about this website. Was registered 2006, January 2016, 2006, expires 2023. This is the age of the website. So you know this is an old website. Then when you now go to other website, you want to compare with what other website that people know in Nigeria. Okay, let's go to CNN.com. CNN.com. Let me just don't look. I don't want to look alike. CNN.com is registered 1993. That's when CNN.com registered. So when you look at the age of this website compared to the age of Sahara Reporters, age of the other one, they are not equal. So you cannot rank them. You cannot put them on the same ranking. So CNN is on top. Then let's go to bbc.co.uk, bbc.co.uk. They said they were before God, they don't even have this, before August 1996. So go to guidance, I don't know. Okay, that's okay, anyway, that's actually the whole idea. Let me not take your time. You can go back and do that. So the age of a domain name determines the quality, the decision whether they have to rank or not. So now, another factor is the numbers of pages indexed by Google. What do I index by Google? Google before, like I said, Google index your pages. Like if you have a website, there can be like 20 pages, 40 pages. Each of those pages, they have a link that Google will put them on their index. So there's a place where we call the Google Webmaster, so we now call Google Console, that you can see how Google index your website. Then the numbers of pages that you have indexed, it will show how many quality, how serious you are. So people that have more content, more pages, will consider more valuable to its user than you that don't have much content, more pages. So the more pages you have that of value that Google index, the more the chances that Google will show your website. I mean, show your website before the competitors. The numbers of incoming links. So there are links that come to your website. Those links, they are like endorsement. Though you might have endorsement with BBC, Sarah Reporter, this, but if the number have to justify it as well. So if somebody come on, you have this, you have that, maybe like 200 compared to somebody that do 20 or 2. So the more links, the better, the more incoming links to your website, the better it is for you. Just like the more endorsements you have, that is like your approval rating. People are talking about you. Then that shows that you're a quality website and you are worthy to be presented to Google users that are looking for the solution. They are looking for solutions to their problems. So that way. Then they also look at the website IP address. IP address is your location, where you are, your internet protocol address. So somebody doing a search, I'm searching for a restaurant near me. Google will not go and show me a restaurant of somebody in New York. I'm in Dallas, for God's sake. You rather show me a website that is close to me based on my IP that we're going to judge. So that's actually what, so my complete, so I'm looking for a restaurant. You won't show me a restaurant in this. Except I have to hide my IP or whatever. Okay, I'm looking for, maybe I'm traveling to, maybe I'm anticipating. Maybe I'm going to get on the bus. I'm going to travel to New York tomorrow. So let me know the area. I'm doing research, not that I want to learn. So I'm now to specify that, okay, then Google did not my IP. But if I'm just, if what I'm searching for is local and specific to my area, then Google will take my location into consideration. So trustworthiness of the website for personal search engine, Google, and big factor. Okay, trustworthiness of the website for a partner search engine. Yeah, okay, from other sites, how trustworthy it is, maybe based on their ranking or whatever. So the trust factors from the website will determine whether they can do that. Because on websites, you go there, where's the trustworthiness of the website? They are not secured. When you look at on this Google, on this my site now, you see most of the things you see there, you see like a lock here now, like a lock. There's a security now on WhatsApp. Connection is secure. But some website you go there, they don't have that lock. And also, apart from that, they also have you can even, there's some websites you can go there and get a virus infection, virus of their from the website. There's a website you go, you download some stuff. They know that those websites are not true, so they don't want to recommend any site that are going to harm their users. They are not trustworthy in the sense that some might be reported as a spam website, like a site for 419. People will be going there, fill a form. They might be like a fake website. Compare their fake. Some people create a fake bank website, fake insurance website, fake website. And when they create, people are reporting those websites Google. So Google that those websites are not trustworthy. So Google is not going to refer those kind of websites. So they're going to, when somebody is searching for that type of website, they are going to, the ranking is going to be low. Because Google is not government. It cannot deny them of their right not to have a website. Google is not internet. So wherever you put internet, and Google, their mission is to organize every information on the internet, whether it's bad or it's good. So that is their job. So they will still put it there, but they want the best. They use their best judgment to refer their customer the best one, so that the customer can be well informed. So that's the whole idea about that Google. Now let me scroll down. Okay. Yeah, what's the point of keywords? There are, just like I mentioned, there are keywords and what they call meta tags for optimizing a website. So there's a way you put the keyword, the meta tags and all that. We can come back to that later. But for those that want to do SEO, and you can read them later, you on your website. And when you are doing practical, most of this thing will be covered in our practical anyway. Because I make sure that on your own, you can ask me so that it makes sense. I don't want to make like a theory, we're just talking. But theory is just to give you an idea of what we're talking about. So you see, now okay, I think I'm done with that. Then the next step was going to be on-page SEO. I don't have much there too. On-page SEO is the process of managing like search engine. So on-page SEO is things that you do within the website. That's the on-page SEO. Then I want to, which our time is gone. then you can read that. Then off-page SEO. Okay, let me talk more about off-page SEO. Most of the things I was talking before was like I talk about everything is they are interwoven anyway. So what is off-page SEO? Off-page is a term for activity that are not on your website but about your site. I used the example of Sahara Reporter the last time when I was talking about backlink. Those links, it also includes things like title page and meta stream and blah like that. Okay, no. Okay, link. It includes social media, blogging, link building, and other online effort. Okay, when I said Sahara Report at that time, the BBC put their information about Sahara Reporters on their website. So by linking to BBC, they were able to, by linking to BBC, they were able to perceive as an authority website or a valuable website that that people are talking about. So that is the concept of the off-page SEO. That happened naturally, but as a business, you can make a conscious effort and actually talk to other businesses like a blogger. Hey, please, can you write something about me? Okay, maybe you like Miss Akosile now. They have a real estate website, and they can go and meet some blogger like Linda Ikeji in Nigeria. Linda Ikeji, hey, what will it take? Can you feature me on your website? Can you feature me on lindaikeji.com? Linda Ikeji is a top-ranking website, and you feature your website as feature your business, your website as a prominent real estate development company in Nigeria, and they feature what you do, put your picture there on the website. That alone, you know, it will boost your, apart from people know about you, then it will boost your ranking before Google, believing that you have got some link building, some links, they mention some links and this and that about your website. Your ranking of your website has gone up. Ranking is just that if somebody is competing for the same position on page 1 of Google, Google is going to believe that you are more valuable because other prominent websites like Linda Ikeji, Sahara Reporter, Naira Land, all those Nigerian major sites, they are talking about you. They are talking about your website. That means you are serious about your business. Even if you pay them money, then you are really serious. Compared to somebody that have a website, it's just beautiful. You never have any effort, never do anything at all. You just create the website believing that people will just be coming to the website. It won't happen like that. So that is actually the purpose of the link building. Then we have true social media optimization. Because you know, when you put on social media, like even like on Google, you still put information about your website on Google business profile. You put information about your website on Twitter. You put information about your website on Facebook, on Pinterest, on Instagram, on YouTube. All your links about your website are there. They ask you about your website in all those places. So for having them in all those places, Google is aware of them, that you are serious about your business. That's why you have things about you all over places. Then it's going to perceive you as more valuable than someone that doesn't have any presence on social media at all. Even if you are not using social media, but just have it. Just have it so that your ranking will go up. You know, it's just like everything is, that's the way the system works, the way it works, the ranking works. Then blogging, people blog about you, like mentioned that Kenya, some other people blog up, talk about you regularly. Then link building, that's actually creating links. Being a guest post, you can go to other websites, you know. You can go to other websites. I remember site like CNN, they have some community and some other websites where you can actually go to and being a blogger, you blog like a guest blogger. You can go and write about real estate, what you do on somebody else's website, and you claim to be the author. Because, for example, you sell you sell just like, okay, let's say for example, like let me not even take it online, let me take it offline, the traditional way, you know, because everything we do traditional is what we bring online. Let's say you are into accounting, you can come out and you can write an article about the accounting or what you are doing or real estate, and go and buy space on guidance, maybe Nigerian Guardian newspaper. newspaper, and don't publish your article there and put your name there. Because you pay for that page, you put it there. People are going to read those articles, and from there, they're going to come to your website. That is traditionally, they're going to call you. Imagine instead of instead of putting those articles on your website, you put those articles on a major prominent website like on CNN website, like Oprah website, or some other website, maybe like on real estate that is limited to your. So those people that read to go to those websites, they're going to read your article as a guest blogger. Then it's a game plan. You want them to know, and then you're going to mention your name. You put your website there. This is Francis Bikole of so. It's not on your website. Somebody as a guest in somebody else's website. Google is going to take it serious that you are serious about your business. And though you're going to get some of the readers will read it and come to your website naturally, but Google is going to take note of that. That you have an off-page SEO that will boost your ranking, to prefer you. And truly, it's being honest because you do more work than your competitor. So your competitor may have more, they may have more, what's it called? They may have more solutions, but you are better with marketing because you network and do all those things and people connect. Let's take, for example, like a restaurant in Dallas, for example, or catering. You go and buy a space in Dallas Morning News and you put your news there. You Dallas Morning, write a report, article about you, how to make African food or whatever. Put it on Dallas Morning News website. When somebody read it, oh wow, you are on Dallas Morning. Google too say, wow, you are Dallas Morning News. Whenever anybody is searching for news, restaurant or catering in Dallas, because your articles appear in Dallas Morning News, which is the biggest, which is like the CNN of things happening in local business in Dallas, then Google is going to believe that you are a very valuable business, then that is worthy of referring to their customer. And when Google refer you once, and those people they go and give a review. Oh, we have 5 stars, and Google will take note of that. You are truly doing good. Next time, Google will keep referring you. So that would be like an influx of business for you. Why? Just because you publish an article, you be a guest blogger on what's it called, on Dallas Morning News. And how much? Maybe $50, $100 to just put your article there that you paid them, and be cheaper than trying to print flyer, this or this, and all that kind of stuff. It's just an idea.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. So if I want to do this on the Dallas Morning News, for example,
Yeah.
how do we approach them? Is there any way to approach those companies to do this, or what?
There's a way. Some of them put their link on become a guest blogger. They put it in, become a guest blogger. You can even Google how to become a guest blogger with a Dallas Morning News. Or you can call them. You can go to their website, Dallas Morning News. Guest blogger. So don't use the ad, the ad part. You see now, you see DallasNews.com guest blogger Dallas News. So they already have a program for because it's a standard thing. So you read about, you can see maybe somebody. Anyway, there's a guest blogger. Anyway, they have the program, and these are guest bloggers. You see, by guest blogger news, they have it already. So this is as far as 2015. But if you advertise with us, contact us, career. So what can contact them? You contact them. Okay. See, these are the e-paper apps and this e-paper. E-paper, that's the electronic paper. Anyway, you get the idea. So, but if you want to do, you can let me know. We can look into that. So that's actually that one. The content creation and distribution, the same thing. Then you can make videos. Your video will be everywhere. You put videos on YouTube, Vimeo, and all that, and it goes like that. I think we're share, but our time is Okay, so so that's actually the idea here. Okay. Any other question at this time? If you have question, you raise your hand. If you understand, let me know. Okay, let me assume that we don't have any question. But what I'm trying to say is that we're going to have a practical exercise. I think our time is already gone, but I know this is 6:35, but I don't want us to exceed 7 o'clock. But most of these things here are very voluminous. But what I plan to do a video and show you how to do all these things. But I want you to do it by yourself. That's the benefit of coming to this class. It's a practical session. So now the first thing is how to set up Google Business Profile. A lot of you have set up your Google Business Profile. I've seen them. Then you have to share your Google Business Profile on this link, at least before Friday or so, or this weekend. So create your business, look at business profile, you have it set up. Then you have to set up a Google Analytics account. They are all free. Google Analytics is a system of tracking everything that happened on your website or or anything beyond even your property on the web. So it's a tracking system to help you track everything. So you have to set up a Google Analytics account. So when you set up the Google Analytics account, then we're going to see how to connect those Google Analytics account with your. Oh no, we have to link Google Business Profile to Matex. Matex is our marketing software. It's a marketing automation software I told you about. How to link them to Matex. Then we're going to do that tonight if we have time. They have to link Google Analytics account to Matex. Because the thing is that Matex is the hub of all your marketing activity. Otherwise, person go thinking himself, because it's going to get so overwhelming if you don't have a software to manage your marketing activities online. Everything will be so overwhelming. And if any part is broken, you will not know where to fix them. So, but when you put them on you have a hub, something like a central place, you connect your Google Analytics, you set up a Google Business Profile, then you connect with Matex. You set up your Google Analytics, connect with Matex. Matex will be going fetching information and display it for you. I'll show you all those things.
Hi.
Yes, who's that?
No, sorry, not you, sir.
Okay. Now, we have how to link your Google Analytics to Matex. You have to create a Facebook page. Then when you create a Facebook page, you have to link the Facebook page to Matex. Then we're going to do Facebook when we do social media by Friday. So everything you don't need to do them now, all these examples, but before the end of this class, you have to finish them so that you have understanding about whatever we're doing. That's how the exercise that have to be doing. It doesn't have to follow this order or anyhow, but you have to do it well. These are the marketing systems. It's a marketing system. You have to have a marketing system that will use that word. If you are running a business, you have a business, you need to set up a business bookkeeping and account system. Then you set up a marketing system. So this is your marketing system now, so that you can run them on autopilot. Then you create a Facebook page. Then you link your Facebook page to your Matex. Then you have to create a Stripe account to accept payments. A Stripe is like a PayPal or your Apple Pay or Cash App or Zelle that used to accept what do they use in Nigeria? That used to accept money from people. That is a Stripe. That is a standard that used to accept money from people. I think Stripe, they bought what is it called? Paystack. One of the Nigerian major payment company called Paystack was acquired by Stripe. So through Paystack, the reason is so that they can extend to Africa, so that all the system will work together eventually. So this is not part of Paystack, is not part of Stripe. I don't know how far they've gone with the implementation, but that is the whole idea. So you now connect your Stripe account to Matex. which is, so you don't have to, so you connect your, everything you put there, you connect to Matex. Then you have to download and install Matex app on your smartphone, so that you don't have to go to computer. So if anybody on the go, because when we are doing mobile marketing, we're going to cover all those importance. Because when you are on the go, you are in the bus, you are driving your stop, somebody needs to, they are trying to do business with you. Then you are on the go. So you can do business from your smartphone. You don't need to go inside or in front of your computer or whatever. You can respond to everything that happens online when you get to your marketing. Then you have to add your team member to Matex. What's a team member? Because this is another concept I want to bring to you again. So that when you are doing something, it's not by yourself alone, because other people have to help you out to do this thing. So you have to grant privilege and right to your team member. You can have your team member in Asia, in Nigeria, anywhere in the world. As long as there's internet, people can work for you. That's what we call virtual assistant. You have virtual assistant, and then you have the system that they log into every day, and they know what and what to be done. We get to your marketing. Maybe they post something on social media, you track them. Everything you do there through Matex. Then that is the word. So you don't go to Matex too and generate a live chat app. A code that you're going to put on your website, that is a live chat. Maybe let me show you. Let me give an example of a live chat. So when somebody comes to your website, okay, I have it on one of my websites, which is eBusinessBrain. So you don't want people to, some people, they come to your website, they don't have time to start browsing. They just want to talk to somebody or leave you a message. Leave you a message. Okay, now they leave a message. Oh, so this is blocking. What happened to the live chat? So let's go. Thank you. Oh, okay. So I don't know, maybe it was disabled. Let me check on that side. I didn't check it. Okay. Okay, so this is a live chat now. You come over here. This so somebody can come over here and chat. Hey, hello. So whatever they just want to hear, they don't want to start browsing. They just, instead of calling also, they come over here and chat with your business to get information that they needed. Instead of trying to browse, you can now direct. So you can have a chat agent, someone that will be anywhere, somebody that will be anywhere, and then be telling them what and what to do, what they need, just to help them out. So that's how to add live chat to your website. You need to format it. They have to register a free domain name or subdomain. So what that means, that somebody wants to, for your website, you need to have a domain name or a website address. So is that going to be your own or subdomain? How to register that? This part of the exercise we'll do. Then how to create your business website using free Google website, Wix, or professional website with WordPress or Shopify. So you know what it takes to build a website. So after taking this class, somebody can also, what does it take to build a website? At least even if it's for JTB, you still have to know all those things. These are the practical examples that I have that we're going to go through in the course of this training. So I think, can we open up the class now? Would you have any questions or comments or anything, so our next class is going to be on social media marketing. So how to market using social media. So it's like I told you, it's like a twins between when a customer is looking for business, they go on search engine. when a business is looking for customer, they go on social media. So you have to know which one that really pay you more. So which one, whether you be combined the two. So you're going to see by the time we do the social media, so you're going to see, understand everything. So based on the question, the exercise that we put now, by the time you do the exercise, you must have completed even your marketing. You have think through about your business, about your marketing or your business, what you're supposed to do. So we're going to have a lot of exercise when it comes to that. And then by the time we finish with the social media, then we're going to go back again, because all the things I'm telling you now, I'm not telling you to spend money on advertising. So they are organic and natural way of actually marketing. Then when I tell you the natural, when we finish about talking about the natural way through which you can market your business, then I'm going to show you the induced way. Induced meaning that you have to speed up. You don't have time to start waiting for someone to come. You want to pay Google, to put me there. Just like I don't know how to example, so you can pay your way up. So I want to pay my way in social media, because that is how the search engine and social media, all this Facebook and Google, that's how they make their money. So you pay them quickly, then you can get results fast. You don't have time. I want to get result fast. So we're going to talk about. Facebook ad. Then we're going to talk about Google ad. But before then, I'm going to show you how to, after we finish social media marketing, then I'm going to show you how to find customer on Facebook, how to find customer on Instagram, how to find customer on LinkedIn, or even how to find customer on Google or naturally. So without spending any money on advertising. So that way you will, Okay, somebody is asking, what is the relation between content manager and SEO optimizer? Yes, like I told you, they are the very content manager. That word, content, let's use the word content creator, because content manager could really be a broad term. The manager is a lot of responsibility. But when you say content creator, within God's content manager may be a human being managing other human being, like managing content project. But job, in terms of a job function, let's say content creator. Okay, content creator and SEO, no, okay, well, the word SEO specialist. Okay, let's put it that way. What is the relation between content creator and SEO specialist? Fine. SEO specialists are like, I would say they are like mechanic. The content creator are like fuel attendant that provide the fuel, because it's a fuel. So the fuel that drive marketing activity online is the content. But using the content right is where the job of an SEO specialist comes in. So SEO specialists know about how to use those content in the title tab, just to punch it. Because I told you, like SEO specialist, like optimizing your website for search engine, is in 3 parts: the thinker part, the on page, and the off page. So the thinker part is where, like, the server, the loading time, how you configure, you structure your website, and so many other things that are going into the website, into the website thinker part. That is the thinker SEO. The load speed, the load time, they form the mobile responsiveness and all that. If there are any error, then where you go and quickly fix that. I'll provide you a link where you can go and search. You go and see how to find a report about your website. It will tell you Google will tell you the performance of your website. So when there's if there are issues like that, that's where you go and get those fixed. That is the work of the SEO specialist. Then you can know where to put the tag, you keep track of the keyword, you keep up with tracking, you make sure that the Google console, the index on Google console is matching up, is watching over the competitors, is doing a whole lot of things, and is bringing the content. And it's actually got some of the content that you have to look at the quality of the content. Because there are a lot of tools that you're going to use when you are creating content that will be assigning you points so that you know this point is relevant. And so you just be reiterating the content. You just, at times you have to go to the content and keep changing and working. So they work together. The SEO specialists, they work together. But as content is just one part out of the 3 parts, you know, like I told you about like we said earlier. So any other question? If you cannot talk, you can put it on the, you can ask it on the chat box. You can type it on the chat box, then on one side. So in the absence of nothing to discuss, then we're going to call it a day. But meanwhile, I just want to know that I'm moving the e-learning portal to a different, the e-learning portal, I'm moving into a different, on a different portal. So by next class, I must have add you to the new portal, and then you can go and view the recording of these videos. For those of us that leave early or miss this class, then you can go there and actually watch the recording. So thank you all for coming, and I hope to see you on Friday. Meanwhile, any questions you have, you can, let's be using the Google, the WhatsApp group for now. So you can post your questions. I'll be posting the questions or any resource I have on the Google platform for now. But note that the exercise you're going to do there, you know, with respect to your business before the end of this program. So we still have a long way to go. Thank you all, and have a blessed day. Bye.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, man.